Henrik Hanssen. Mr. Williams, good morning. Yes, I'll be talking to Mrs. Beecham about that in a minute. Difficult? Well, yes, of course. I'll let you know by the end of today.
There are millions, so we need to look at staffing levels.
Why?
Why not?
Surely the savings can be made in other ways.
And might have to be, yes. In the meantime, redundancies are a clear option. Take a senior member of staff as an example.
How senior?
Consultant level, salary, overheads, secretarial costs. All in all, you'd have a significant reduction in expenditure.
Do you have anyone in mind? You can't be serious.
Rick Griffin is a senior GS consultant, except he's not actually performing any of the tasks appropriate to the position. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure what he is doing.
The man has cancer.
Well, the right package could be made available. Might be better for him in the short term.
And in the long term, he'll be dead, so it doesn't matter.
I wouldn't have put it like that, but since you choose to.
He may just recover. You know, people do.
Sometimes, yes, but frankly, we can't afford to wait to find out.
And what about his patients?
What about them? He's not operating, is he?
Have you really asked yourself whether this is cost-effective?
I have, and the answer I got was the answer I expected. Yes.
Well, I don't think you've thought this through.
Oh, really? Enlighten me.
Well, Rick Griffin is a high-profile surgeon. He brings in a lot of referrals from the cheese and book system. And you know, the consultants world is quite a small one. You know, I think if word gets out that we take an aggressive attitude towards our senior staff, it could seriously damage the reputation of the hospital.
I know he has a patient list. I know he still has value as a clinician. That doesn't alter the fact that he's underused and we're under scrutiny. Cuts have to be made. All right, what do you suggest?
I suggest not targeting Rick Griffin.
And I suggest he's the obvious choice. Why don't you think it through?
And BPI?
A little. Abdominal discomfort, so there's a possibility of exploratory surgery. Is she pregnant?
No.
How do you know?
I asked her.
Which is why you didn't order a beta HCG test. You didn't check, did you? So she hasn't had a beta HCG.
She said she wasn't pregnant.
Order a test, organise an ultrasound, and in future check patient notes and pay more attention to routine procedures.
Is everything okay? We're just sending you for an ultrasound. A bit more information needed.
Sister Jackson, we're short-staffed in theatre today, so you'll be delighted to hear you're scrubbing in for my lap coli. I've cleared it with your nurse manager.
Right. Good.
By 6 p.m, yes, I will. Yes, I'm fully aware of Department of Health expectations. Goodbye. Ah, Mr. Williams, everything's in hand for a decision by the end of the day. Thought you'd want to know.
Yeah. Any ideas about...
End of the day?
Redundancies, then.
He's thinking, Mark, not mine. Oh, there's got to be a way to make savings without cutting staff.
Savings, yeah. Savings of the magnitude required by the DOH. No, not really. Unless you've come up with an alternative no one else has thought of. No, me neither.
We have a visitor. Sorry.
Oh, terrific. Hi, Mr. Hanssen.
Dr. Valentine, I was hoping to see Mr. Spence.
Oh, he's just gone to change. Sorry, we had a little accident on the ward, just a small spillage, but I'm sure that he's going to be back soon. Do you want me to get him to call you?
Yes, do that.
Mr. Nightingale, you're going to take a look?
Yeah, OK, go on.
He's not doing well. His BP's very low.
Right, well, let's increase his fluids and up his obs to every 15.
Which patient's this?
At 3.
Morning, my name's Hanssen. Take a look at you, if I may. Thank you. He's developing cardiac failure. There's already fluid building on the lungs. More fluid might have proved a little risky.
I'm sorry, I just haven't had time to look at him.
Really? So you were reacting to the symptoms, not the patient? He needs cardiac enzymes. He needs careful fluid management. Arrange a transfer to Darwin. Notify Mr. Hope.
Yes, of course.
All right, well,
She'll have to...
You know what they're calling him?
Surprised me.
The Angel of Death.
To me, by the time I come out of theatre, Nurse Tatum, why hasn't that patient gone down to radiology?
I asked for a porter.
Here's an idea. Why don't you take her yourself? Sister Jackson, my lap Coley, do we have an anaesthetist?
I'm just confirming one now, but I'm not
Any
exactly sure.
time in the next 10 minutes will be absolutely fine.
Private call?
No, not at all.
These cuts. Are you basing your decision on performance?
Efficiencies based on several criteria.
It's just that I'm not sure that scaring the staff half to death with threats will have them working at optimum efficiency.
Nor would expecting anything less than excellence. Now, if you don't mind.
I'm not too pleased about having to share an office either.
No, let's hope it won't be for long.
I seem to have misplaced some patient files. I don't suppose you've... No.
Patient files.
I am still their consultant.
Yes, of course.
You think it's a pointless exercise?
No. Very commendable. Ah, Mr. Spence. I was looking for you on AAU. I was surprised not to find you there.
Can't we? Everything is under control in AAU. I'm about to take this patient into theater.
I visited the ward. It seemed to me that they were far from under control.
Well, I've been back and forth.
More forth than back, perhaps.
Look, Holby Care generates a significant amount of income for this hospital. Okay? I mean significant. Maybe you should look at how the revenue I generate could make your budget cuts less painful.
I'm completely au fait with the revenue-earning aspect of private practice, Mr. Spence.
Great. Well, then you can see how I'm much more used to you here than on a clearinghouse ward like AAU. Think experience. Think money.
Oh, Mr. Hanssen.
Small diverticular abscess. Oh, that's no surprise. Normal procedure.
Drain the abscess.
Yes, or just a course of antibiotics would be the logical approach in this case, since the ultrasound and the beta-HCG shows that this patient is indeed pregnant.
Yes, sorry.
Never mind. You did your ward check in good time. How long since you left university?
6 months.
Yes, I see.
So I've come to the conclusion that redundancies are the only way to meet the budget cuts.
Thought you might.
But I would like to be the one to make the decision.
Well, effectively, the decision's already made. The board agreed to a saving of £200,000 more if possible.
Right, let me put it this way. I think I should be the bearer of the bad news.
Yes, if you like. It might be better coming from you.
Good. Leave it with me.
What's her history?
She fell down the stairs, bad bruising, and we're keeping her under observation for internal injury.
Did you order a group and save?
Yeah.
Good, she's going to need it. There's obviously a bleed. Let's get her to theatre for a laparotomy.
We need a theatre and a theatre team, hurry.
I'll need assistance.
Oh, I think Mr. Spence is busy.
Busy making money. You can assist. Now let's not waste any more time. As I thought, there's a lot of blood in the cavity. I need suction
Pax,
and...
please.
Yes, thank you. Yes, there is a bleed in a mesenteric vein. You say you had her under observation. Did you order a CT scan? 2 vital ties, please.
Yes.
And?
We were standing in line.
Unacceptable.
She seemed fine. Routine checks, everything was normal.
The effect of the bleed would remain undetected until she could no longer compensate for the blood loss, and deterioration would have been rapid, which indeed it was.
Okay, BP fine, SAT's fine.
Good. Would you like to close up?
Yes. Right. Thank you. 4 Proline, please.
Mr. Spence, have you got a moment?
Yeah.
A facelift? What went wrong?
With the operation? Nothing. There was a mass wrapped around the carotid body.
And that came as a surprise. Did you make a proper diagnostic pre-assessment?
You accuse me of negligence?
Negligence, no, but a rigorous assessment might have revealed the mass, and that would have led to a head CT before the operation. Well, anyway, you found a tumour, so now the patient will be moved to an NHS ward where the expenses of the trust will far exceed the fee he paid Holby Care. Sorry to state the obvious. So, Mavis Dorton.
Who? No, sorry.
A patient of yours at AAU. Undetected bleed. Dr. Valentine should have spotted it, but she's a bit rushed at the moment. I operated, everything went smoothly. Patient's fine. Unlike your facelift. Well, I'm surprised, as you knew I would be,
Pleasantly, I hope.
that you've chosen to sack a nurse at a fraction of the agreed savings. Entirely pointless, I'd say.
Well, cutting costs by cutting staff, and that can either be done by letting a consultant go or making a number of junior staff redundant. And I calculate that at, a ratio of 6 to 1.
So, you're intending to cut the jobs of 5 more nurses, are you?
I've already spoken to the Director of Nursing. Notice is served as of today. You'll find a list of the names in your inbox, and Mark Williams already knows.
Well, there's a DOS meeting scheduled tomorrow. We can talk about it then, can't we?
Yeah, sorry, can't do it. I won't be here tomorrow.
Really? I wasn't aware that you were...
No, nor was I.
And you're expecting to be back?
Oh, yes. I will be back.